But one of the things that has really disappointed me about how many people have reacted to these many, many months of coronavirus has been that we have gone from being a united country. Now, being a united country is more than just having a football team that we go for or going for the cricket team. It's more than just celebrating what happens at an Olympic Games. It is a genuine sense of togetherness, an idea that we are but a link in a chain of many millions of people who did it before us, did it better than us, did it worse than us, whatever. But the whole point is that we are the link that goes to my kids, your grandkids, and theirs and theirs and theirs. And something that has been, I think, damaging and will be long-term damaging to this country is the politics of provincialism that has meant, at our core, for the past few months, we haven't been a united country. Instead, we've been a collection of countries with a joint bank account. A joint bank account that helps cover up the sins of the local governments. Now, we've seen this in Victoria when they failed and the second wave happened, but the joint bank account bailed them out when it came to JobKeeper, even though it was the failure of the Victorian government that led to all of those businesses closing and so many people not being able to go to work. As you've heard me say a million times, the highest unemployment rate in the country is in Queensland, where an election coming up this weekend is going to be all about who kept you safe and who kept you on the borders. But how much data do you need about how many people have suffered outside of the virus? Yet again, the joint bank account bails out the bad state government. In Western Australia, you have seen the heartlessness, the genuine heartlessness of provincial politics being played by a premier who says, lock the border, keep all those filthy people out. But the expectation is that your Medicare card will still work if you go to hospital, that JobKeeper will still be paid for, and that in and of itself is something that I think we need to seriously consider. Now, in a second, you know what I'm going to advocate when it comes to the Queensland election, but I want to think deep within. I want us to take a moment or two this Thursday night to think about how we have to recommit to the idea of being Australian. Yes, have great pride in the bit of Australia that you live in. Cheer for the state or the city or whatever the local version is of your sporting teams. But we have to reconnect to the idea of being Australian. The idea that the fortunes of someone you cannot see are just as important as your own personal interests. Because you know that before this pandemic there were forces in our society that wanted to pull us apart as a country, who want to pretend that there is an original sin about what we came to know and now love as Australia. These are the people who say you shouldn't have a national day on January 26. These are the people who say certain states should be lopped off because we don't get the result that I want out of a federal election. And we have increasingly seen examples of people who want to change the symbols that should unite us.